Hey, welcome. So let's start with this nasty ink mat, okay? So this thing's supposed to be sticky and it's not looking good, okay? This is Totally Awesome Cleaner, okay? Get it at Dollar Tree. And $1.25 for this big old thing. This stuff is awesome. Literally, totally awesome. Let me see if I can find my post. So I'm just gonna spray this right onto my ink mat, okay? And then I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. So it's not, it doesn't have any water mixed in with it or anything. It's just the regular cleaner and lots of water. So this is like a mixture of paste and acrylic paint. And this is just a small squeegee. Okay, now I'm just going to, and remember this might be messy, okay? So last time I was doing this, I was wearing one of my favorite shirts and I may or may not have splashed black whatever on me, okay? It was like paint and cleaner mix. And I think I got it out. I don't know. The shirt is in the dryer currently, so we'll find out. Okay, so I'm just taking my squeegee and running it across. Now, I will warn you that when you first finish doing this, this mat, while it's still wet, is not going to feel sticky, and you're gonna have a little bit of a panic attack, okay? But just stay with me, okay? Now, this thing is super dirty, so I'm gonna, look at all that nasty. It's gross. Okay, now we could probably be here all day doing this. Hi Joni, hi Karen, hey Lisa, welcome. Hi Sandra. All right, I have a baby wipe. I'm gonna just gently try and not splash this all over myself. I'm not like cleaning the mat or anything with it. I'm just getting like the majority of the nasty stuff, okay? So you're gonna wanna have lots of wipes, like Lysol wipes or baby wipes or something, okay? Paper towels even, to clean this mess up, okay? I'm just spraying with more water now. And let's see if we can get a little bit more. So I'm hoping to be able to use this on my live tonight because last night we were on the struggle bus, if you recall, trying to get stuff to stick to it. Now I don't have that many little pieces tonight, but I would like to not have a problem in like the next week, okay? All right, let's see. I'm gonna spray with a little bit more of the cleaner because right now basically all I have on here is water. And just keep scrubbing, okay? Hi Denise, hi Brooke, welcome. All right, y'all, this thing is a nightmare, okay? Don't let yours get this bad, all right? Promise me now that you will be better than me in all the ways, in the crafty ways, in the cleanliness and organization ways, because I could use some help around here, not being such a nightmare. Okay. There's like gunked up paint over here. I'm embarrassed, all right? I'm sorry, Patsy. Y'all, I don't know why Facebook doesn't offer closed captions, but I have them turned on my posts, so I don't know. All right. Okay, now we're gonna give this a try. As you can see, there's a lot of paint that's come off of this, okay? So now I'm just gonna spray it with water and I'm gonna wipe down, oops, one last time with a baby wipe. And then we're gonna dry it off with the fuzzing cloth. Now, I'm trying not to use the baby wipe too much because it has fibers in it. And I don't want to add more, I don't want to like make it not sticky, okay? So microfiber side, okay, the light side. This is the dark side, this is the light side. I'm going to use it just like I do on the sticky side of my transfers. And I'm going to wipe it. And it is coming off gross. But I'll put it in the washer at some point and it'll be fine, okay? Hopefully, now last time I let it dry like overnight, I didn't try to use it right away. So, and it scared me because I went to go put my hand on it and like right now it's not that sticky. But the next day, whenever I came back to it, the stick was back, baby. So we might have to let it simmer overnight. Maybe not. It's coming back now. Look at that. It's already almost back. So just dry it. And as you can see, it's still dirty, but it's like suctioning to my thing. But it is, the sticky is back, okay? When it literally did not feel sticky a second ago, which is super weird in my opinion, but here we go, okay? It's not like, it doesn't look clean, but I would call it clean-ish, okay? It's clean enough to where there's not paint gumming up the sticky, okay? Now I'm gonna get all the gunk off my hands and we're gonna move on with our lives, okay? And we're gonna be happy about actually having a sticky mat. Okay, so here's our project tonight. Sorry, that was a little housekeeping thing that we had to do first. This is, let me show you before I stick it down, a rooster from the transfer My Roost, My Rules. Anybody recognize that one? It is currently on sale right now. And you can comment the word rooster to get it at a little bit more of a discount with this cutout. And I'm gonna try, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room on here. We're gonna give it a try. That's okay. We will have to use a little bit of cardboard. Y'all, this thing is, we're back to sticky, okay? Hi, Rach, how are ya? Okay, so let's do this. I do have my cardboard stash. I'm still too much set in my ways to get rid of it entirely, okay? But we're gonna use that. We're gonna paint this real quick and then we'll paint the ring. I gotta figure out what color we're gonna use. I don't know yet. For the background here, I wanted to use a light gray. This is Castle, okay? Hi, Shirley. How are you, love? Okay, that's Castle. And here's what I want to do is I have a color tray. That one was dirty. Look, I told you just now, I'm not a housekeeper, okay? I don't like to clean. So that still has paint on it. Spraying just water in here, okay? We're gonna use a dabber, a makeup sponge. And I'm gonna get it real wet, okay? Real wet. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it into my paint. And I would like it to be wet enough that it's not full coverage because the lines on this thing are scored, okay? For the chicken wire. All right. So I'm just adding a little bit more water with a little more paint and then spreading like that, okay? I don't know how many coats we're gonna do. Maybe we'll do 2, okay? Because it's soaking it up pretty well. All right. So anyway, you can comment the word rooster to get the supplies to make this, okay? And seriously, if you have not started using an ink mat to paint on, I don't know what you're waiting for because they're reusable and cleanable, as I just showed you, and super duper sticky, okay? Plus they're 17 by 17. So they're pretty big for most, they work for most projects, okay? Now, not every project, some of them I still, like I'm using a piece of cardboard still. Now, I could switch out my cutouts if I want. but that's just a pain in my opinion, because I'm gonna need to paint both of them multiple times, and I want to let them dry in between layers. So, but definitely get an ink mat just for painting, and one to use for shirts and stuff. Okay, this square one is way better for this. I like that rectangular one for shirts because I can cut it in half and fit it inside of a shirt, and it's perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna let this dry, and then we can come back. Okay, so it's got like the tiniest bit of paint on it right now, but I'll let that dry, and hopefully you know what transfer we're gonna use. This one, we're gonna use the rooster from it tonight. Okay, now I have my rooster cut out, and he is not one to get up off there. So we're just gonna let him hang out there because I don't wanna fight him. We're gonna paint him this color called Oatmeal. It's like a tan-ish. I didn't wanna paint him white. We're gonna use Candy Apple for our rooster. And I thought I had, oh, okay. I have used, makeup sponges over here, but I'm gonna use a new one anyway. So I did wet this just a little bit. I did not get it as damp as the other one because I want this one to be good coverage. Now this color is pretty light. It's kind of even hard to tell probably on the video, but it is doing something, okay? It's like foundation. You want it to be a good match, right? So I think this is what I was going for at least, so that's good. All right. Okay, so y'all, I love using these makeup sponges, seriously. And don't sleep on these mystery cutout boxes. I did sell one yesterday. And got that in the mail today. But they're really exciting, okay? I got a bunch of new files. Sorry, it's kind of warm in here. I don't know why I'm hot. Hi, Mom. Hey, Mace. How are you? Okay, sorry. I gotta put my hair up. It's too hot. Now, I want to know, what color are we doing this? And what color are we doing the words? I'm thinking, so the rooster is going to be paste. He's got this like tan background, but he'll be red mostly. The background is going to be gray. So I'm thinking black. And maybe white for the words. Okay? Do y'all agree? I'm doing great. Really looking forward to seeing you next weekend. So we're throwing a party at our house next weekend. And it's gone a little off the rails, not gonna lie. I don't know how I know so many people. I think it's my mom's family mainly. But there's a lot of people invited, so that's cool. Plus, like, we've been away for a while, so, you know, I wanted to invite, like, some of my old friends, stuff like that. Oh, he got a new truck? Or the truck that I rode in, the, what was it, a Colorado? Or did he get a new one, even newer than that one was? He's so fancy. All right. So yeah, we're having a party on Saturday next weekend, and having a little bit of a anxiety about it, okay, because here's the deal. First of all, well, I went ahead. I'm not cooking. I won't do it. Not for that many people. Hi, Marie. How are you? Oh, nice. Send me a picture of the new truck, please. Anyways, so, yeah, I'm not cooking because it's too many people. It's like 40 people that we have. And I don't think I'm even counting everyone. It was like 35 at last count, and then we added some people. And there are kids included, so, like... Anyways, I'm ordering barbecue, and holy cow, y'all. It is so expensive. I'm just like, okay. All right, that's a thing I guess we're gonna do. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Anita. You did not miss much, my friend. We are painting a rooster. We did one coat already on the chicken wire background and working on the words. So it says, welcome to our coop. Okay. Anywho, so I ordered the food earlier, and the really fun part about all of this is that I have to leave on Monday morning to go to Cincinnati, and I will not be back until Friday afternoon. And then we're having a party on Saturday evening. So it's stressing me out, okay? Because I know, like, I did laundry today. Tomorrow we're gonna fold and put away all of our laundry. But, like, there's a lot of things that need to happen between now and then. And I don't think they're gonna happen with me being in Cincinnati. Yeah, you're gonna love this one, Anita. Hang tight and you will see how awesome this one's gonna be. I think you're gonna really like it. Anywho, so yeah, freaking out over here. We really need to go get a weed eater because my lawn desperately needs to be edged bad. Especially before I have other humans laying their eyes on it. That aren't just my neighbors, like people that actually know me. I would prefer to not have overgrown weeds coming up along my sidewalk, but we'll see. You know, there's only so many hours in the day, and I get it. Chris also has to work, so anyway. So yeah, that's what's going on around here. A little bit of panicking, a little bit of procrastinating. I also am trying to figure out what I'm going to take with me to Cincinnati to do for projects next week, which most of that's going to be new stuff. I would say, like, actually all of it, except I'll do probably one club and all new. So check me out next week from Cincinnati. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to take the day off so that I can focus on the things around here that need to be done before I leave, because I always hate it. Whenever I leave, I have to, like, think about the week ahead, you know? What's going to happen? Do we have any people scheduled to come to the house or anything like that? Do I need to think about that? So, anywho, it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. All right, I'm going to just do one quick little touch up. And then I think I'm going to just leave this open for a few. We can come back to our rooster too. And we still need to paint the ring. And then we need to do the background again because that thing is not gray enough for me. Hi, Sue. How are you, love? Welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. All right, I need more water. Water on my little sponge. Into the paint it goes. And we're just gonna do one more layer on this rooster and then he'll be good to go. I don't want it to be too thick because I don't want the transfer to peel it up or for it to not go down smooth, but if it isn't smooth, I'll just hit it with a 220 grit sanding block and sand it down just a bit, okay? So it won't be that big of a deal. All right. This ink mat is super sticky now. It's like my fingers are getting stuck on it. It's caught on it. Okay, a little more water. And I still never ordered, y'all, I need to go order some more paint. I love this paint that I have, but I want more colors in it. Because I have some other acrylic paints and they're fine-ish. But I just like how this chalk paint is so thick. You know what I'm saying? So I need to do that, like, immediately. All right, so that's good to go, I think. And I'm not gonna leave that on the ink mat because I have a piece of a makeup sponge right here that didn't come off last time that I ripped it off of there. So probably gonna try and learn from my own mistakes and lessons and not do that again. Now I am gonna close all this paint up while we're doing everything else here. I also, you'll notice I've got a couple little pieces here. I don't think I'm gonna need those. I was using them to prop up the words because they didn't really have anything to attach to because they weren't glued. So hopefully we won't have that problem. Now, my makeup sponge still has a little bit of water on it. It's like a little swollen. But paint's going on pretty good. It's not like clogging up the score marks either, so that's good. And we'll just dab our way across. Now, I normally wouldn't use a makeup sponge on this big of a surface, but because it is scored, I wanted to try and keep it to where you could see the score lines. And the only way I've found to do that is with one of these, not with a paintbrush, okay? Because the paintbrush gets too much paint on it and it just clogs up those score lines really bad. So makes it a little bit harder to see them. Yeah, these are all cutouts. Yeah, I actually took like several different files and put them all together, and then I already had the Rooster file, but I recreated it today and recut it to be a little bit of a better Rooster than the one that I used to have. Because the difference in learning in like over 2 years time on how to make cutout files has grown a lot. So my Rooster making skills were much better today than they were back when I first started. All right. Now, I have all this paint in the lid, or I did. I'm trying to use it all up before I go. Getting myself covered in paint by sticking this all the way down into the paint jar. That is the one thing I wish that these chalk paints had, was a squeezy top, because that would make it so much more convenient than a pour top. But at least it's semi-full still, I guess. There are small things I can be grateful for here. All right. So I'm about done, I think. And we're good in gray now, okay? So I'm gonna take that, and I think I can just switch it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So this one's gonna be black. Okay, the ring is gonna be black. My hands are dirty now. Okay, now this paint is like almost to the end of life, but you know, I just can't let go yet. I am not prepared to let this one go. Now this is a used one from last night. I'm gonna just take it, I'm gonna cut off that yellow off the end, and look at that, good as new. Okay, throw that away. And I am gonna wet it just a little bit, just to help my paint be a little smoother. And I will warn you though, whenever you're doing this, especially with black, you're gonna need at least 2 coats, okay? Because it could be splotchy sometimes. And if you want perfect full coverage, you're gonna need to go over it a second time, okay? And like for me right now, it's hard for me to see it because I have a glare. But we're gonna make sure that we get a really good solid coverage before we stop, okay? Yeah, like I can see right here was not very good. So just make sure it is before you quit, okay? So I'm gonna set this right over yonder. See if I can pick up this. You know, trying to do things one-handed is not always the way. So hold on, I have this little cart over here that I keep all my stuff on. And I think my words are good now too. So I might as well go ahead and pull all this stuff off of here. And again, just be careful, because if you see, these words are pretty stuck on, okay? I don't want to break this, and it's connected. Okay, so there we go. Just move that over there, and then get our little rooster off of here. All right, there we go. Now we can get to the fun part. So this is my Roost My Rules, okay? I have it on sale. It's already actually at a discount right now because it's gonna be retiring. Sorry, my hands are super dry now. Hi, Shirley, how are you? Thanks, Veronica, it's true. I am expensive, I do talk back, and I'm very difficult. When I first got this shirt, I paraded it out in front of Chris, like, look at this that I just got. And he's like, just laughing at me because he knows it's true. All right, so just a tiny bit of wax. You know, I'm double thinking this actually now that I'm actually saying it out loud. I don't think we're gonna wax actually, because look at this transfer. Okay, so this is the mental process I go through whenever I am putting down a transfer on cutouts that I've painted, okay? So if you look at this, look how much silk screen that is. It's a lot, okay? There's hardly any sticky stuff on it. So that means that I'm not gonna wanna fuzz it. And I don't think I wanna use wax because wax just keeps your transfer from sticking as well. And that's not what I want it to do. Okay, I want it to stick as good as it possibly can. So I think it'll be fine to not. Now, I am gonna use my light. This is one of the older transfers. I'm so spoiled now to all of our fabulous new transfers that I forget that these are not see-through. So just get this baby lined up. Should be fairly easy to do. And press it down. Now you can comment the word rooster to get all this stuff on sale, okay? All the cutouts I'm using and the transfer too at a discount for you today for hanging out with me. We're gonna use Candy Apple Red, okay? Love this color. It's such a great red. Seriously, it's perfect for this. Now, I am not very like adventurous whenever it comes to color, but you could totally mix colors. I've seen some blue and teal used, and that always turns out really cool, okay? But I don't have a whole lot of imagination whenever it comes to that. And I mean, like, I can look up a rooster on the internet, right? But I don't have one. in my mind's eye, really, that I can just be like, oh, this is where all these colors need to go without like looking at a picture or visually seeing one in front of my face. So when you're putting your colors on, please feel free to mix them up, do an ombre, add some blue, because that's the main color that I think, if I were going to add another color, I would probably do a blue. All right, now I'm gonna just go back and try to get the excess. That was quite a bit that I left down, okay? And put that right over there. And then the reveal still gets me every time, y'all. All right, I have to switch my entire being around here. Okay, it's perfect. It's absolute perfection every time, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It looks perfect. I'm loving it. We're gonna dry him really well. And then we're gonna start working on putting this whole thing together, okay? And I just turned on my glue gun. I mean, we can use Eileen's glue. I do like to use a glue gun for the bigger stuff, but Eileen will help us. And she'll work just fine, okay? Oh yes, yes, absolutely. That would be great. That would be really awesome, actually. I'm thinking like the Shimmer Crimson, one of the Shimmer Blue colors. I know, I love him too. Thank you, Marie. I'm glad you like him. I'm really glad I remade this file too, because he's looking good. So, this has got a little bit of a rough-ish surface after I painted it. So I'm just going to take my sanding block and just go over it just a little bit, okay? It's just to get like the little paint burrs off of there, because it's not necessary, like required, but that just kind of, it just kind of aggravates me to have like little pieces of paint or whatever. Yeah. Oh, you do? Perfect, Anita. So yeah, you can still comment the word rooster and get the cutouts that I'm using. All right, so ooh, this is gonna look great, y'all. Let's do this, the circle part first, okay? Now we're gonna use Eileen's glue. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Isn't this shirt great? I got it on Amazon, and I put it on my Amazon list, or like on my storefront, I'm pretty sure. So if you comment the keyword, you can get the link for it from Amazon. I love it. All right. Now, make sure that's lined up really well and get it set. Y'all, this is gonna look awesome. I cannot wait to show you this finished project. So now, as always, okay, I want to do a little bit of placement before I make my final glue, okay? Now, this, I want to have this W slightly supported by the rooster, okay? Because it doesn't have anything else to grab onto. And then the word hour is going to be hanging out here, but it should be okay because it'll be centered on this middle part over here, okay? So I think we're good to go now. I just wanted to be sure that I had it. Isn't it so cute? I'm sorry, I can't help it. And I've got a bunch more. I got some files today that you guys are gonna love. So if you're not in my cutout group yet, you definitely need to join. I'm working on adding them to my website. Y'all, time to completely, entirely got away from me today. I was packing orders, doing cutouts all day long. Oops, I should have just left that just the way it was. Okay, and before I knew it, it was like 4:30, and I was so tired. I needed a nap. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while, lady. All right. So my rooster's good to go. Now, I want to just, again, okay, I like to triple check things. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this W secured before I do another thing, okay? Because it's important that it's in the right place, because it has this like little bitty place it's holding on to right here, okay? So use some half decent glue here. Hi there, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me from all the way over on the other side of the world. Look at that. Okay, so now I think we can do the rest of this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put glue on basically everything in the middle up to this P right here, and then on the M right there, and nowhere else, okay? Because it's not going to... I mean, I guess that is most of it, but like the other side of this P is not going to have any glue on it because it's not going to have anything to grab onto anyway. So just make sure that you use good glue, okay? All right, and then line that up just like that. This is looking really great. And then just a little bit of glue here. And now I'm just thinking about my original intent was to not hang this, okay? But now that I'm actually looking at it again with fresh eyes and the eyes of somebody who only has, okay, so here's that, okay? Now I have this, and it's obviously not going to sit in there, okay, because there's like stuff hanging off right here. So that's okay. We're going to make a hanger, and let's heat it up. Excuse me. Okay, so I have this like metal wire it's like what you use for pumpkin string or whatever, or pumpkin, you know what I'm talking about. The little doohickey. All right. Did Chris take my wire cutters or what? Oh, please. Or did I take him? I probably took him and left him somewhere else. I'm over here blaming him. Now, all the dads in the room, just turn away, okay? Don't look. All right. I don't need you to see me do that, okay? All right, now, I'm going to just use this, and I might actually double it like so, And we'll attach it to the back. And you know, I still have this ribbon back here that we can use to help secure it. So I'm gonna gently flip it over now. Remember, there's some places on here that are like have questionable strength, okay? Especially since the glue is very, trying to find the center. It's still drying is what I'm trying to say. Okay, sorry. I was trying to like think and flip this over and not break it at the same time. Thank you. Well, you can check out all my other videos. I do a live like every night. And if you comment the keyword, you'll get a link where you can sign up to get notifications whenever I go live. If you want to do that, you're welcome to. All right. Okay, so I'm going to just put 2 dots of glue back here to hold it first. And then I like to use ribbon on the back, especially like this, because it just gives it a little bit more strength. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on each side and then put that ribbon down. Thanks, Melanie. I'm so glad y'all like this one. You can comment the word rooster to get the supplies for this on sale tonight. And make sure that you're in my cutout group so that you can see all the other cutouts that I'm about to post that y'all are gonna really dig, I think. Really, really excited about them. They're some of my favorites. Okay. All right, now I just want to let this dry entirely before I go pick it up by that, okay? Because it's not going to be very strong until it's completely dry, and I know for a fact, I mean, it's still hot right now. So, not going to do that, but I will. Look how good that turned out, y'all. What do you think? Make sure that you give me some hearts. Share this video with your friends and comment the word rooster, okay? Oh, Karen, thank you so much. You're so sweet. All right, y'all. I love you all so much. And look how cute this is, too. So using that wire that's wrapped with, I don't know what it's even wrapped with. It's some kind of yarn. Y'all, I have a hot glue string hanging on to me, and it's making me crazy. All right, so anyways, make sure you give me plenty of hearts. And if you haven't followed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, but you can comment the word rooster. You can get the link to get this, and you can also sign up for notifications so you know when I'm going live, okay? All right, y'all. I hope you have a great night, and I'm so happy to hear that you all loved this one. I will see you soon, okay? I will be in Cincinnati here very soon, and I will be doing some new stuff. So come hang out next week. We'll talk soon, okay? See ya.